sorry about that. Buying stuff is out of the question. I'm purchasing I'm off the ground. I've got 7 inches between me and the ground. That's what she said. Ha ha ha. So I'm not on the ground. I built layers on the ground and put what I got over it. It's just snowing really bad right now. Blizzarding for days out. It's like up to my waist. I've got snowshoes so I can get around at least, but it's -11 out. I think it's cold out. Just got in, ate dinner. I had a fire. I'm good. I'm in my cocoon. Oh, just trying to survive. Got to figure a few things out. Got paid on Tuesday. Spent what I could on some supplies, and the rest of it is put away for my meds. So I'm doing okay. I'll actually be able to afford my medication this month, which is fantastic when I get paid next. Oh man, L, that's just tonight. It's only 11 to -11 tonight. It's going to be going down to -23 tonight or tomorrow. Over the next few days, it's going to be lower than -23. No such thing as no Sam Squanch. If anything, I'm Sam Squanch. Hey, honey, holy crap, long time no see. Same with you, Cat Mom. How's Cat Mom? But no, I'm warm. Like I do the body heat method. I've packed snow all over my little shack, my little shelter. I've got sticks holding it up so the weight won't crush it. And there's layers, like there's a layer, there's the tent layer. Over that, there's a sheet. Over that, there is duct tape to it, bags of leaves that I flattened out. Over that is a concrete tarp for concrete work. That's big, orange, and thick, and keeps the heat in. Over that is a green tarp, and over that I've packed snow all over the top of it. So in here it stays pretty warm. Plus I've got blankets all over me. I'm good down at like -40. Ah man, GoFundMe's. I feel really. I would feel bad starting a GoFundMe like that up. If you want, I don't mind accepting. I know I'm in the situation right now where I barely got enough money to make it for supplies until next pay. I do have PayPal. I will accept donations. I'm not a moron, especially in the winter. This is the one time I know I'd be foolish not to accept any help that is offered. Because I am legit outdoors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, the snow. I've got snowshoes. I have snowshoes. So I can actually walk through and on top of the snow. But the snow is right up. It's about as high as my penis. So just above my waist. Right. So yeah, I'd say it's just about up to my penis. So about as high as my knees. I wish. It's not humid. It's very dry and cold. That's what happens when it's cold. But in here in the shack, it's negative like 11 to 13. In here, I'd say it's about right now between 4 and 6 degrees. In a little bit, it should heat up here because I just got in and ate dinner. It just takes a little bit for my body heat to heat it up. Oh, L, I know. I know crypto is weird. I wish I knew something about crypto so I could, benefit from it, but I don't understand it. To me, it looks like a Ponzi scheme. I made a MetMask wallet for Ethereum and BNB a while ago, but never put anything into it because, again, I don't understand crypto. Skip Nasty. I love scary movies. I love horror. Actually, I just watched the series of they're an anthology series of movies like found footage tapes, and each movie has 5 or 6 different stories in it with like low budget horror. Each of them contain their own five different horror movies in the horror movie itself. It's called VHS, and they just came out with the 7th movie of it, and it is really good. My favorite one of that is in VHS 2 because the zombie flick, but the new one really captures what the first 2 did. It was really fantastic. Uh, Horror doesn't really get to me. I know monsters aren't real. The only thing you want to know the scariest thing out in the woods is not watching horror movies and being scared of monsters and shit. It's being in the woods and hearing footsteps of a two-legged creature. Like a person walks differently than an animal does, and that's what's scary is hearing a person near your camp, especially where I'm located in the middle of nowhere. That is scary. Oh, Paul, thank you. Well, welcome to the. Thank you for joining as a member. That's freaking awesome. Actually, the channel's been doing really good for the last 5 days. I've gained like 500 new subs, where it stalled for the last 2 weeks of November. It completely stalled, but then 3 days in here, I'm up near 15,400. Oh, I have bear mace because there are bears up here. I don't think I'd actually use it on a bear though. That's the funny thing. We've got the black bears up here, and fun story. I was on a call with Cornish, and I had a black bear walk right into camp, maybe 5 feet from my face. I just stand up and start screaming, and he runs away like a bitch. But I'm hoping to figure out more long form videos. I'd love one just to hit 1 million views and change my life forever. I still would feel horrible for hitting an animal with it. Like, I'm in his home. Like today when I woke up this morning, I haven't I didn't go to town today, so I had not much around to eat. I had half of a Chinese cabbage left, some rice, so I went fishing today. Got up pretty early to go fishing, and what woke me up was there was a raccoon climbing on the top of my shelter, trying to find a way in because he knows I'm in here. He wants to snuggle. Uh, so there's that. But yeah, no, I went fishing today, and I caught myself 6 decent perch. Cut them up, scaled them, cooked them over the barbecue, cooked some spicy cabbage, added the rice, and put the fish on top of that. It was a really good meal. A really good meal. Yeah. Oh no, that. Um. Again, all you gotta do is get loud, and they're gonna run away. I think they're more scared of me than I'm scared of them. And like, straight up, I am the master of hobo cooking. By the way, someone just made a comment about hobo cooking in the YouTubes. Uh, you're down in London, man. Sudbury, it's been nonstop for the last 5 days, and it's still going. It's up to my waist. I have to use snowshoes to get around. Well, here's a fun story. I think I've adapted so well to the cold. It's like this. There's something I've been wanting. I want to make a video about it too, but most people don't actually really experience the weather, the hot, the cold. Most people, like summertime, it's really hot outside in the summertime. Well, what do they do in the summer? They leave their climate controlled house to walk to their car. And for those few seconds on that walk to the car, it's so hot out here, it's brutal. They jump in the car, turn it on, air conditioning, and drive to work. When they get to work, they get out of their car, walk to work, and then it's like, oh, it's so hot, and get into work. And they're climate controlled, and on the way back, boom, same damn thing. In the winter, it's the same thing. They leave their climate controlled house, wearing all this protective gear to get to their car, to turn on the heat, to drive to work, to walk into work, and they're in the climate controlled work. Nobody actually experiences the weather nonstop and gets used to it. Me, I might spend a total of 24 hours a week inside, and that's at work or charging my phone or and batteries. So I found it's the opposite for me. I spend so much time outside, and I'm not even using all my winter stuff yet. I'm using 2 hoodies and a t-shirt. I walk outside in the cold, -11, to the highway, get myself to town, go to the library. And it's cold out, but I'm fine with that. I'm comfortable. I get into the library, and I'm just sitting in there with a t-shirt on, and it's like I'm in the Sahara Desert. It's so hot in there. I can't handle being in the building because I'm so used to the outdoors natural environment of the cold. Toronto's very expensive. So I've got this nicotine vape. I got the device for free. All I have to buy is the pods for it, and they're like, you get 4 for $5, and one pod lasts a whole bottle of the juice. If you go to a smoke shop to buy the juice, it's like $30 for the vial that lasts a week. At the reservation, the vial is $8 for a week. Hey, Daryl. Chris, I have a hot tent. It's nice and warm in here. And I've got a pile of blankets over and under me. I've got a little cocoon going on. See? Blanket. And other blankets underneath it. And other blankets over top of it. And I've got one that I can plug into my battery bank that'll heat up really nicely. Oh, Garrow. So I'm 6'3", and the snow up here in the woods is up to my waist. So halfway up my body, there's about 3 feet of snow. I have to wear snowshoes to get out of here to the highway. It's pretty brutal. I don't think anybody's going to fix Toronto. I think Paul Vieira is going to be good for the country, but Toronto's screwed. Ugh. But I figured I'd just pop in and check in, make sure everybody knows I haven't quite died yet. Can you hear the tapping? It's snowing really hard. Hey, Kiefer. Vancouver. Vancouver Island. No, 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 no. Vancouver, they barely get any snow. It's like Vancouver is the California of Canada. They don't get bad winters. They don't know what a winter is. It's like that one year the snow was so bad in Toronto, we had to call in the army, to dig us out. It was really bad. And then the funny story is, the guys up in Ottawa were making fun of us. Was making fun of Toronto for being so weak that they had to call in the army to help them. The next year, they got hit so hard they had to call in the army. It was like poetic justice. Well, Vancouver is the worst for addicts. They've legalized everything. You can walk down the street with a crack pipe in your hand and blow smoke into a cop's face. You won't get arrested. I think it's sad what they did. But no, man, the cost of living in Ontario is horrible. Uh, I found a room for rent here, and it's just a room. You don't have access to the kitchen or anything. $800 a month. No kitchen access, just the room. It's disgusting. I've got a headache, miss, and it helps. I've got MS. I'm living in the woods. Let me have at least one vice. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I've got this one vice. Let me have it. Let me have a little bit of pleasure, please. Hey, you doing, Kilroy? Not much is new. Just out in the woods. It's winter now. And I've got a decent setup. My backup setup. Because the awesome setup I had was torn down by the police. Paul, I have had weed in the past, a long time ago. I even got a small little bit a while back to try to help with the bloody headaches after my spinal tap, and I fucking hate it. I absolutely hate weed. I don't like messing with my brain. And even with alcohol hits me like a truck. I will, once in a while, I'll buy myself one or two beers, or I'll have one or two beers because my boss likes to give them to me when they come undented and she can't sell it. And I've got an issue with my stomach. I don't digest food properly because all the freaking medication I'm on is screwing with me. Two beers and I'm drunk. Like, I'm a big guy, but you'd think I'm like a 40 pound 18-year-old girl having her first beer. That's how drunk I get off of a single beer. Like, that, I am very susceptible to alcohol. I really don't need that. Cornish, I'm glad for you. The weed has always been better for you. Well, Tom, I've got my snowshoes. To walk out to the highway maybe takes me 20 minutes now. If there wasn't so much snow and I was just on the ground, maybe 10, 15. But to get out, about 20. That's to the highway. Then if I'm to walk to town along the highway, that's another 3 hours. But I usually hitchhike. Oh, I like my liver right now. It's still like perfect and brown. It doesn't look like Swiss cheese. I'm not a drinker. I'm a very responsible drinker. If I do drink, I don't I don't like making an ass of myself. I had a fire earlier, then it started a snowstorm. It's snowing really heavily right now. It's like blizzarding even. And it's cold outside. It's about 4 degrees in this little hut I've got going on here, this tent. Out there is minus 13, going down to like minus 23. Just too much snow to have a fire. I've got the wood too. Like I could have a fire nonstop for about 2 weeks, stoking it every couple minutes, but not with the snow. Uh, I don't. Paul, I've learned something. See, you know what would be great if I had one video hit 1 million views, just one, like one long form video. That would give me something like 20, $30,000. I'd take $5,000 from that, get myself a small plot of land up north, further than I am, and I could live like this, but I would like an actual domicile with an actual proper bed in it, with a nice wood burning stove and a dog. Way a dog can live properly. I could live like this permanently, just not in this circumstance. It's I'm medicated, and the MS is stable with the medication that I'm on right now with the dosage and whatnot. I can actually lift my legs up. I'm not in constant pain. It doesn't feel like my leg is on fire while being electrocuted and stabbed and shot at the same time. It's not dragging behind me anymore. Ooh, it's windy out there. Yes, super. Something like build a cottage. I probably build a tiny home. I would just need one room. I'd like to have power, so solar. And just one room where I've got a bed, a small kitchen, a place to have a fire indoors, and a place to set up a small TV so I could play a video game with once in a while. And Starlink internet would be awesome, so I could do it all online. I've given up on ODSP completely, Cornish. I've lost hope for that. I'm trying to think of other ways out now because I've completely lost faith in it. I've lost all hope in ODSP. I think they'll keep me waiting until I die. That's the dream, Kilroy. That's the dream. I've got a lawyer too, man. I've already done the legal assistance step route too. That's why there has been movement on it, but again, I've lost all hope for that. I They don't care. They never will. They as soon as see me dead. So I have no hope for ODSP. I've given up. But I'm fortunate because I've got the job I've got. I got something to do every week. I've already been to work twice this week. That's it for this week until next week. But at least I get to have a little bit of pride in myself, knowing I get to go to work. I don't even think I can get a passport. No address to have it sent to. Well, even with ODSP, that's not enough money to survive on. It's like $1,500 a month. I will definitely keep a part-time job, but with it, you're not allowed to work 40 hours a week. When you're on ODSP, you're allowed to work a maximum of 20. Right now, I'm working at an outdoor store. I used to be a crane operator. I take pride in that. Being above the city, working so high up there, that's my pride. I miss that more than anything. I miss being there up there, just looking down on everybody. But that was taken away. Zero. Ontario Works, I can make a total of $0. With Ontario Works, you can make, in the situation I am, because I don't have a accommodation, the max I will get is $700 a month. Sorry, $300 a month. If you're in an apartment, it's $7. So I'd have to quit my job, and I'd have to not be on YouTube because I make between $200 and $300 a month off of YouTube. Legit, I get no support. And the money I make from work, I spend on my medication. $630 a month for medication. That's what I was, Tom. That's what I did. Apprenticeship and everything. But no, I get no governmental support. All my medications are coming out of. Like last month, I was screwed. I had to ask for help because I had no money for my meds. Because I had to prepare for the winter. I had to buy more sleeping bags, winterized clothing, and snowshoes, and more sleeping bags. And I used my entire paycheck on that stuff, and I couldn't buy my meds. I had to ask, and that's why I was able to afford the meds for this month. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to be able to afford my own medication this month. I'm making sure of that. The job, Cornish, it's my job that pays for the meds. But yeah, the super chats and stuff, that make sure I can actually afford dinner and supplies and bathing and boots and clothing and washing my clothes and I haven't asked. I think it's about $200. I can never drive an automobile again. I have seizures. Once you do that, they take your driver's license away, and I'll never be able to get a driver's license again. Oh well. Anyways, I'm thinking I want to go play some games on the Discord if with anybody. We do games on Discord. We play Settlers of Catan and Scrabble. So if anybody wants to come play, I'm gonna jump off of here and go to there. I'm in a gaming mood today. I'm always in a gaming mood. It's the bestest games in the world. So yeah, you guys should come and play. Well, there's a link right there. You can join up there. It's kind of fun. You guys have a good night. And I'm gonna go play some Discord games. But yeah, that's the link right there. Click that if you want to join. I've lowered the settings so anybody, all you have to do is have the Discord account. But good night.